Your expectations define your happiness more than your circumstances. And this is something that I knew intuitively, but I needed a couple of quotes to really synthesize it. So Tim Urban says, "If only you wish to be happy, this could be easily accomplished, but we wish to be happier than other people, and this is always difficult, for we believe others are happier than they are." And Montesquieu said this 300 years ago, and we're still working on this one. So Tim Urban resurfacing that famous quote really highlights the asymmetry between what we see of ourselves and what we see of everyone else, because humans are comparative, relative beings. We don't just judge what we are in isolation. We judge it as a part of the entire hierarchy of society. It's not just about being in a situation and it being good. It's about being in a better situation than we were before, and also a better one than the people that we're around, and also a better one than our parents were in when they were our age. This is intergenerational competition theory. It's referred to as, Charlie Munger had this great insight where he said, "The world isn't driven by greed, it's driven by envy. Our lives are objectively the best humanity has ever had, yet complaining and dissatisfaction is as high as ever." And also, because everyone usually only shows the world the best of themselves, this means that we see our own misery and our failings and foibles and vacillation from a front row seat while we watch the highlight reel of everyone else. And this makes us think that other people are doing better than they really are. And when we feel the delta between where we are and where we imagine they are, it hurts, right? There is no such thing as objective wealth. Everything is relative, and most relative to those around you. That's from Morgan Housel. And there's kind of a way to look at this, that your circumstances are one indication of happiness, but your expectations are one too. And you can either bring your circumstances up to meet your expectations, or try as best as you can to bring your expectations down. But the problem is, no one is going to feel fired up or romantic about the opportunity of leaving lots on the table. This isn't very Hormozy-pilled to say, oh yeah, I'm just going to expect less of myself. I'm going to leave as much as I can on the table because I understand that the gap between my circumstances and my expectations are where happiness sits. So if I can have lower expectations, I can increase my happiness. That doesn't feel like very inspirational. It feels like folding almost to this ineffable force that's out there trying to crush us. But another element of this is that each time you achieve a new level of success, it essentially just creates a new bar for you to meet again in the future. And that sounds, it might sound kind of trite, but the problem with a rapid increase in status or wealth or accolade or whatever is that all that you're thinking now is, oh God, that's the new bar that I need to get to. So, for instance, let's say that we release a video on YouTube and it does 1 million plays in 24 hours, which I think is about the current record. And hooray, there's elation at the fact that we've done it. But there's also this despondency in the back of your mind where you think, oh God, that's the new bar in order for us to have another best record. We need to now do 1,000,001 plays in 24 hours. And that's terrifying. And this sense that the higher you climb, the further you have to fall, and the higher the minimum bar is for you to be able to feel satisfied the next time that you do something good, is one of the reasons that gratitude or success is often linked with trepidation, because you know that if you don't intend on stopping, which you probably don't, this is now the new minimum level of acceptable performance. That's scary. It's also a reason, I think, why I'm not so bought in on universal basic income being a solution if AI automates all of our jobs and starts producing better podcasts than me. Because as soon as humans reach an acceptable level of existence, they start wanting to push for more in order to stand out from the crowd, and a flat hierarchy doesn't stick about for long. So even if every single person earns the same amount of money, people will just find something else to compete on, right? So in 2100, when everyone's needs are met and nobody needs to go to work, we're all going to be collecting leaves or wives or some weird social credit score system point, you're naturally going to stratify out into a hierarchy because it is not about your absolute happiness. It is all about your relative attractiveness, your relative wealth. Gad Saad said this months ago. He said, if you want to be happy and satisfied with your sex life, you not only need to have the amount of sex that you want, but you also need to be having a little bit more sex than all of your friends around you. So yeah, happiness and satisfaction in life does not exist in a vacuum. As much as me and you may think, oh yeah, fantastic, I can do this from first principles, that's not really the way that it works. So yes, be careful about your expectations. A quick aside, I've been drinking AG1 every morning for years now, and it just got even better. AG1 Next Gen keeps the same simplicity, one scoop once a day, but now comes with 4 clinical trials backing it. In those trials, AG1 Next Gen was clinically shown to fill common nutrient gaps, improve key nutrient levels within 3 months, and increase healthy gut bacteria by 10 times, even in healthy adults. Basically, they've upgraded the formula with better probiotics, more bioavailable nutrients, and clinical validation, and it's still NSF certified for sport, so you know that the quality is legit. AG1 genuinely care about holistic health, which is why I've got my mum to take it, my dad to take it, and tons of my friends too, and why I put it inside of my body every single day. And if I found something better, I would switch, but I haven't, which is why I still use it. And if you're still unsure, they've got a 90-day money-back guarantee, so you can buy it and try it for 3 months. And if you don't like it, I'll just give you your money back. Right now, you can get a year's free supply of vitamin D3, K2, and 5 free AG1 travel packs, plus that 90-day money-back guarantee by going to the link in the description below or heading to drinkag1.com/modernwisdom. That's drinkag1.com/modernwisdom. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the episode. And if you want more, well, why don't you press right here? Come on.